today. It's Madden NFL football. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our 6th season together. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guy.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Morgan. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. Going for the deep ball. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Saints are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as...
And got his man complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now Morgan. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. That's taken on the 25. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Stroud. Over the middle, it's complete. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers.
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Set to throw is Morgan. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Stroud. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henderson. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. Now a handoff, Henderson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now this one complete on the slant route. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Back to throw. Stroud. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On the handoff, Henderson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. To throw on 2nd and 10, Morgan. And this is incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Morgan. And that is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the draw, this is Henderson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Fleming. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Big play! Big play!
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This
touchdown, Packers. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now a handoff looking right. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Morgan looks to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Throwing now is Morgan. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. From the gun, Stroud. That's taken in by Henderson.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now this throw caught left side. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the 1st half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this 1st half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offense offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Morgan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Wright's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Potts.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this, week 1 of the season. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's got his big tight end here. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He finds his man, complete. It's Henderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we've reached half. All right, we will save the week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Henderson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henderson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
right?
Yeah,
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Here's Morgan to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down. Stroud. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. 7 yards, the pickup there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He completes it right side to White. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Stroud. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. First down, Morgan with it. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down and 3.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Morgan. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Henderson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's a handoff out of the gun. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Shedding through the defense. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game, waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the first down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the first down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Morgan. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A give to the fullback on the dive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down now. Pryor. And good running. Going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 42. From the gun on 3rd down. Stroud. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles